So, friends, today it's going to be not just 1, 2, 3, or 4, but 5 recipes. These are the recipes I made this week. So, we're going to start by making this amazing, delicious palak cheese paratha. It's simple, and just delicious. Then we're going to make some lovely aloo chaat. So this is when you don't want to have something heavy and you don't want to really cook that much. You just want to throw things together and make a lovely light meal. Then I made some lovely Waran BHAT and some Suranachye KAAP. Suran is basically yam. So these are like spicy yam fritters with some dal and rice. It's super delicious and really goes very well. And then I made some KACHRYA, which is made out of potato. And I also tried my hands for the first time at making some lovely butter naans at home. So this is my first attempt at making these naans, and I was super happy with the result that I said I have to share this with all of you guys. So keep watching. Let's start making this lovely palak cheese paratha. Let's go through what we require. So first I have about half a cup of palak puree. I will leave the instructions on how to prepare this in my description box below. After this lovely palak puree, we also require about 2 light green chilies, which I've chopped very fine. Then I require about 6 cloves of garlic or lasun. Then we require about 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. We also require about half a teaspoon of garam masala. I have a recipe for homemade garam masala. You'll find the recipe in the description box below. I'm also going to be using about 1 teaspoon of chaat masala. Besides chaat masala, I'm also going to be using half a teaspoon of haldi powder or turmeric powder and 1 tablespoon of dhania powder or coriander powder. The recipe for this powder is in the description box below. And we're going to use some salt to taste. So these are all of the ingredients which we're just going to put into the blender, and we're going to make a lovely puree of all of these ingredients. So once our puree is ready, it looks like this. So we're going to transfer this into a large bowl. To this, I'm going to be adding about 1 cup of whole wheat flour or atta, which we use to make rotis or puris or chapatis. I'm going to be adding about 1 teaspoon of ova or ajwain. And we're going to mix it all together and form a smooth dough. You don't require any water because of the puree, but if you do, you can just sprinkle a little bit. Now we are also going to make a stuffing or a filling. So for that, I require 1 cup of shredded cheese. To this cheese, I'm going to be adding 1 light green chili chopped fine. I'm also going to be adding about half a teaspoon of crushed kasuri methi along with some salt to taste and a generous squeeze of some lemon juice or lime. So I'm going with the juice of about 1 lemon or lime. So now we're going to make these lovely palak cheese parathas. That's the filling, that's the dough. You require some clarified butter and also some dry whole wheat flour. So the procedure is the same. We're just going to take a small a ball of the dough. We're going to dust some flour on our rolling board. We're going to roll it out into a small ball. Then we're going to flatten it up and roll it into a chapati or puri. Now we're going to add this lovely stuffing. Then we're going to roll it up or get all the ends together like this. Take off the tip of it, flatten it down, use some dry flour. See that your pan is nice and hot on a low to medium flame. And we're going to roll this out just like a paratha. Then we're going to roast it on both sides till it's nice and cooked. And then we're going to smear it up with some lovely clarified butter or ghee. And your palak cheese parathas are ready. So once they're ready, what I like to do is I just like to cut them up into fours using a knife or a pizza cutter and sprinkle some cheese generously, and you're all ready to have this amazing palak cheese paratha. It's an ideal tiffin item to give your kids to school or carry to office, or just prepare all of this and just put it all together to make a light meal. Recipe is super simple. It's an aloo chaat. So for that, we're going to make these patties or tikkis, and this is also very super simple. So what I've done is I've just boiled 4 medium-sized potatoes, let them cool to room temperature, peeled them and just smashed them up like this. And to that, I've added a little bit of salt to taste, along with 2 light green chilies, half an inch of ginger, and about 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. And I've made a nice coarse paste and added that to this mashed potatoes. I've also gone ahead and added 1 tablespoon of corn flour. You can also add rice flour. Mix everything together, make them into these small flat patties or balls, and just shallow fry them till they're nice and golden brown in color. Now, once these are ready, we have to just assemble them. So for that, I require about 1 medium-sized onion, which I've chopped very fine. Then I have this lovely tamarind chutney. I'll leave a recipe for homemade tamarind chutney. I have a recipe for that. I'll leave it in the description box below. This is some spicy green chutney. You'll find the recipe below. Now, to assemble this, what you require is just take these patties, about 2 or 3, in a serving plate. Then you're just going to smear them with some lovely green chutney. Once you've done that, you're just going to top it up with some lovely sweet tamarind chutney. And then we're going to put some lovely onion on it. So sprinkle very finely chopped onion on top of it. And last but not the least, you just put some very fine shave. And you're all set to go. Your aloo chaat is all ready. So this is an ideal starter for when guests come over, or you just don't want to cook and you want to make something light. Next is one of my favorite meals, and that is Waran BHAT and Suranachye KAAP. So Waran BHAT, I have the recipe for that below. I will leave it in my description box. Just click it and it will take you to my recipe. And remember, I like to put a lot of Waran and a little bit of BHAT. So the Waran proportion has to be more. And then you just put about a spoon of BHAT and about, say, 2 or 3 spoons of Waran. Just smear it all over, so your the rice or the bhat is nicely immersed in all of this. Then you just sprinkle some salt according to taste. Then I love to put a lot of clarified butter or ghee. This is really a comfort food. and it's always welcome at my home. Anytime I ask everyone, is Waran Bhat okay? And everyone is like, yes, fine. And then I just love to put loads and loads of lovely lime juice or lemon juice. So that's a simple recipe. Please click the link to see the Waran Bhat recipe. And now I'm going to go for the Suranachye KAAP. This too I have elaborately explained it in a recipe, so I'll leave the link below. Just click and it'll take you to the entire recipe. But this is just a quick recap of this. Now to prepare this yam, what you do is you peel the yam. First you wash it thoroughly, peel it, then slice it up and then immerse it in some water which has got tamarind in it, and then you just pressure cook it for one whistle and put the cooker off immediately. And then you just you get pieces like this, so it has a little bit of a sour element. And then you just apply some chutney. Now this chutney is just green chilies and garlic, nothing else, with some salt. So you just apply the chutney on both sides, and then you just make a mixture of some tanduratsa peat or rice flour with some very fine rava or semolina. Coat these yams with that after you've put the chutney like this, and then you just shallow fry it to the nice and golden brown. Friends, believe me, you have to try the Suranachye KAAP or yam. You can go light on the amount of chilies you put, because if you don't want it very spicy, but you're going to love this so much that you want to make it all the time. And the best combination is Waran Bhat and Suranachye KAAP. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. It's amazing and it is super, super delicious. Now you can deep fry it also, but I like to go with a the shallow fry. I don't like to deep fry a lot. And that's it. Your Suranachye KAAP is all ready. Now the next dish that I made was one of a big favorite at my place, which is Batatachya KACHRYA. I will leave the link to my recipe down in the description box. Just click it and it will take you to my recipe. Now for the first time ever, I tried my hands on making this instant butter naan. And believe me friends, it's so super simple. And the end result is, just like restaurant style. For these naans, you just take about 1 cup of all-purpose flour maida, add enough of water. I used about 1/4 cup of water, and just make it into a very smooth dough. Now keep a pan to heat up on a medium to low flame. Then you're just going to take a small ball, just like you would take for a roti or a chapati or puri. Just roll it out. Then you're just going to brush it with some water, and then just put the part with the water onto the tawa. It sticks immediately, and then in this way you just heat it up on a high flame till you get these black spots, and it sometimes even bubbles up a bit. And then once it's ready, you just take a tong and just roast the bottom of the naan like this, and that's it. It's ready. And then you just put a lot of butter on top and your butter naan is ready. The only thing I'd like to give you an important tip over here is this butter naan needs to be eaten when it's very, very hot. If you keep it aside and think you're going to eat it later, don't do that, because then it becomes really chewy and hard. So this is just when you want to have it's an instant butter naan. It's not the authentic naan recipe, but then sometimes you crave for eating naan, or you don't want to eat rotis and puris and chapatis. So this is just an instant way of making it. I will be putting up the actual traditional recipe, but this is just a shortcut method. So if you like this recipe, do try it out. But the only thing is, eat it when it's really, really nice and hot. I hope you liked today's recipe, and if you did, then don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button that you see just below this video, and once you have subscribed, don't forget to click the bell so you won't miss out any of the videos I'm posting on my channel. So I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!